Hey guys, thank you for clicking this video. Just to let you know, this is a segment from my live streams that I do Sunday through Friday. Once again, if you want to catch the live stream, that is going to be Sunday through Friday, 6:30 Mountain Time. And if you don't know what time that is in your time, go ahead and Google it. But once again, enjoy the video, subscribe, and like this video. Back to the video. If I had one of those, I don't even know that if they make those anymore. Those old school speakers. I don't know if most of my crowd is my age and older, so you know what I'm talking about. Remember, like, you had the big bass part, and then you had the two huge speakers, one on each side, like that. Yeah. If I had a boombox, I would definitely do that. Once again, I don't even think they make those anymore. That's crazy. There was 11 million in attendance last time they did. That's crazy. Now they're expecting more. And actually, when I got the email, which honestly, how did it? No. Oh no, I seen a video. Okay, that's how I got the email. It was actually a lot of protests happening within my area. That was the crazy part. It was like, kid you not, maybe like 20, 30, 40 locations in Colorado. I was like, wow, that is crazy. So now what will be interesting, and maybe, do this not for my first time, this is my first time. I need to take it slow, take my time. Don't force me, okay? I need to start off small. But going to the Capitol, doing these protests, I think it's going to be a little bit more higher energy. That right there is probably where it's going to be the biggest crowds. DeAndre, yeah, I can't do crowds. Yeah, me neither. But sometimes you just gotta go. You see what I'm saying? So yo. see, now I'm gonna go to this protest, and now my wife can be like, "Oh, so you can deal with large crowds." Well, guess what? We're going to the mall now. Then I'm gonna be like, "No, see, that was different. See, that was for my job, okay?" So, but yeah, I like your other hat better. You know what? I'm just going to buy another one of these hats. How about that? Yeah, you'll just stay on the perimeter. I mean, yeah. I just want to experience this, I'm going to be the watch out guy. So if there's any one that's looking like they trying to do something shady, to like say, "Oh my God, look what this protest is doing," pulling out my camera phone, I'm going to be recording. Like, hey, this right here is not one of us. So, I'm joking. Watch out for the tear gas. I don't know if it'll be like that. Oh, man, my allergies. All right, let's get into our next video. I actually haven't seen this one, so
I do worry about the example it sets when our leaders do not support the party nominee, because in the future we will need folks to rally behind the presidential nominee.
He is bringing people out who never voted. He's bringing blacks and whites and Latinos and Asians, everybody together around a really strong agenda talking about affordability in New York. What is not to like?
Then, of course, from a CNN town hall, Senator Bernie Sanders and Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez talking about how some national Democrats are not backing New York City mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani. With us now is CNN political commentator Bakari Sellers, also Republican strategist Malik Abdul. Bakari, let me just start with you. How do you balance that? How should national Democrats, do you think, balance the energy that Mamdani has versus the risk that some see with some of his positions?
First of all, I think you have to learn from Mamdani. I think that what he talked about is the biggest issue that we have in the country, which is affordability. The way that he took that message and he packaged that message, and he was able to reach voters, as Bernie Sanders said, who usually are not touched by a Democratic message. He was able to do that. But to AOC's point.
Okay, so once again, I appreciate Mr. Bakari. Once again, we don't have to agree on everything for me to respect you as, a political commentator. Like, I like Bakari. I mean, I've been listening to him for maybe 15 years. I don't know how long he's been doing it, but I remember watching him on CNN as I can remember, okay? But let's be honest. Let's be clear. People don't like Mamdani because of his message in regards to, hey, I'm going to help you in regards to transportation, education, housing costs. No. I mean, yes and no. It's a little yes. Lowercase y, yes. But once again, anyone can run off that. Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, anyone can run off that message. It's not like these people in New York never heard that, like, oh my God, he wants to help me in my housing, in transportation. Oh my God, he wants to, like, no, you're missing the point. It's the policies. That's why people are coming out that never voted before and now coming out to vote. Why does everyone keep missing this? Like, now, if it's because I'm a genius, then okay, let me know I'm a genius and then I can stop thinking I'm crazy. But once again, it's not that complicated. You understand what people need, create policies that directly affect their needs in a positive way. I mean, but once again, oh no, people resonated with his message. Like, no, that's not why. Come on.
Usually are not touched by a Democratic message. He was able to do that. But to AOC's point, it's a little rich because Mamdani is someone who didn't even support Kamala Harris for president. Mamdani is somebody who actually believes in the purity test that we're trying to move away from. And there are many people who have issue with whether or not he will be a mayor that's inclusive for all of New York. Many people are questioning his ability to lead and whether or not he will be a good mayor during this time when you need somebody who's fierce, who's going to be a fighter, and whether or not he is going to somewhat renounce the positions he's taken when it comes to.
Okay, come on. Why can't they get like a real progressive to speak on his behalf? Like, did CNN lose my number? I keep emailing them every single day. Hey, hit me up if you guys want somebody real on these stupid panels here. What is he talking about? First off, he did support Harris. He just said don't vote for her or put like unlisted or something during the primaries or something like that. I don't know. But he did say he supported her. Okay, got you. And then when it comes to like, I don't know if he can really be an effective, mayor. Like, bro, give the dude a shot. Once again, just because you have experience doesn't mean that it's proving you're gonna do a better job. We obviously been seeing that, and it's obviously been a failure. So like what are we talking about here? You can't handle the policies. So once again, you got to attack stupid points. Like, oh my God, he's just so young, and like, he's just so young. So like, how can we trust a young like, come on, get out of here.
Jewish when you need somebody who's fierce, who's going to be a fighter, and whether or not he is going to somewhat renounce the positions he's taken when it comes to Jewish communities around the country. And so I think those are questions that leaders have, and those are questions that Mamdani has to answer if he's going to be a leader for all of New York City.
Malik, to what extent do Republicans have to be a little careful here of, be careful what you wish for? Because Democrats in the past have sort of, wished for more radical Republicans to run against, only to have it backfire for them in some cases because of the energy produced there. What do you think, Malik?
I think that's a fair point, and I'm going to be consistent with Bakari this morning. No need to fight. I'm going to agree with a lot of the things that he said, and you're right. We've seen similar things on the Republican side. Now, I just say this. I'm a party guy, and this is much to the chagrin of a number of people. I don't think that it's appropriate that any major Democrat shouldn't be, at this point, backing Mamdani. Of course they should. I understand many of the things that he's said in the past, many of the things that he's done in the past. He has, to some degree, denounced some of the things that he said in the past, but I think that we're talking about a different era. I think the Republicans have to be concerned about what does this mean, to Bakari's point, on the larger scale, because he is talking about some of the many things that actually was responsible for Donald Trump being elected into office, paying lower prices, having more money in your pocket. So he is talking about those things, and so Republicans do have to be concerned about it from a national perspective.
I'm a different kind of party guy. I prefer chips and nachos at all my parties. If they're there, then I'm good. Bakari, I want to play for you some sound of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez being asked about whether or not she's basically going to primary Chuck Schumer and whether Schumer's, pushing the shutdown to try to avoid that. Listen.
It is honestly astonishing to me that the Speaker of the House would waste his time on something so inane and silly instead of actually worrying about his own constituents who are suffering at the hands of his leadership.
But are you saying that Senator Schumer should not be worried about a primary challenge from you?
I mean,
All right.
no.
Let me jump in on this one. This is what we're
talking about.
That's exactly what we're talking about.
This is what we're
You have a
talking
country
about.
that is falling apart. We have a housing crisis, a healthcare crisis, an education crisis, massive income and wealth inequality, a corrupt campaign finance system.
Byron, you said AOC is as dumb as a rock, but I guarantee you, I'm not a betting man. I don't do that. But I bet you she is smarter than you. Byron, what are you doing? Like you're literally in my live stream. What are you doing out there? I guarantee you nothing. So once again, it's kind of weird how you're trying to punch up. Don't do that. You're gonna lose that battle. So don't do that. You're going to lose that battle. What race have you won? What position of power have you held? Exactly. You probably get beat by your wife or your girlfriend. So once again, come on. If you're going to challenge somebody, challenge them off their policies. But just to say she's dumb as a rock and we don't know who you are. Once again, she's on CNN. We're watching her. We're not watching you. Where are you at? Tell me, send me a video link of you on CNN or Fox News or something. Send me a link where hundreds of thousands of people attended your rally. No, Byron, no. Now don't be like, what does she believe in? You called her dumb as a rock. So let me see your certifications. Let me see where you gathered hundreds of thousands of people to listen to you speak. Once again, I'm going to have them kick you out the chat if you don't provide me a video where you have done more than her. Mr. Evangion, in 30 seconds, kick him out the chat room if he does not provide any proof. Oh, you already did? Oh. once again, like, people are just so stupid. If you don't like someone, challenge them. But just to say, oh my gosh, she's as dumb as a rock. Like, bro, you sound stupid saying that. When's the last time someone said you're as dumb as a rock? Like, are we in 4th grade or something? Like, come on, man. Like, dang. And then gonna have the nerve, well, what does she believe in? Maybe you should have started off with that. You know I'm not gonna pronounce that. Tanuki? That sounds like an anime character. Hello from Switzerland. Okay, why did I do that? I don't even know how Switzerland people sound. Once again, I'm sorry, okay? I watch a lot of TV shows, okay? Brain rot, my bad. But hello from Switzerland. What's the topic for today? Today is kind of like a free day, but the main topic is going to be about what's his name? Mamdani, and kind of going over the highlights. Tanuki is a Japanese raccoon. Is that for real? A raccoon dog. Hey. Boom. So you are a raccoon dog. Interesting. It does? A raccoon. Hey, man. It's an interesting world out there. Oh, my God. Hold on. Let me see. Look at that. Is a Tanuki right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's who we're talking to right now. Honestly, I wouldn't mind. That looks like a nice pet. Doesn't it? I wouldn't mind having that as a pet. Okay. Hey. Trust me, I done heard crazier names. So,
And the media says, oh, you're going to run. What are you going to run for? Nobody cares.
No answer detected there, I will note, Bakari. But let me shift this if I can.
No, that's not.
Yeah, hang on.
That's not
actually,
true, John. She answered the question.
Well, but she didn't say yes or no.
No.
She didn't say she didn't say no that she wasn't
said
running
no.
against. She didn't say no. She wasn't going to run against Chuck
She did
Schumer.
say no.
She did what she did say is she said this focus should be somewhere else. She absolutely did not rule out a primary campaign against Chuck Schumer. There, she said she didn't think his motivations were about it. But this is the issue, Bakari. What I want to get to is generational politics. In the Democratic Party, and I'm looking right at you here. Because obviously you have this possibility of Congresswoman Cortez running against Chuck Schumer. In Massachusetts, you have Congressman Seth Moulton, who made primary Senator Ed Markey. In Maine, you've got this race between Janet Mills, the incumbent governor, who may run for... I think we actually have pictures of these people we can put up. Janet Mills, the incumbent Democratic governor, who may run for Senate there, and Graham Plattner right there may run against her. Bakari, for the Democrats, how important is it to have a generational shift?
Oh, very important. I used to say that the Republicans gave breath to the young people in their party. I remember the young guns. I don't know if we remember the young guns. Eric Cantor, Matt Ryan, Kevin McCarthy. All of them have since been fired. But there was a Bobby Jindal, a Marco Rubio, a Nikki Haley, the former governor of, I mentioned Bobby Jindal, Ted Cruz, for example. They actually gave breath to a lot of young individuals coming into leadership in their party. And the Democratic Party for a long period of time was extremely old. And what I think people are realizing now is that leadership right now, regardless of age, is not meeting the moment. Whether or not it's Hakeem Jeffries or Chuck Schumer, the question is, are they prepared for this moment? And so you're going to see a new wave of young people run. And I'm glad to see this. I'm glad to see younger members come into the CBC. I'm glad to see younger members challenge for the caucus. And you're going to see that. I mean, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is a part of the future of the Republican Party. I think her sitting next to Bernie Sanders shows you the dichotomy of what was and what could be. And I think we're going to have more of that. Seth Moulton, another example. And people are going to have challenges as they go forward.
Malik, quick last word on that.
Yeah, I think that
Aztec. That's just the CNN video. Once again, however they upload the video, that's as loud as it's gonna be. Trust me, like on my YouTube player. It's all the way up on my recording thing here. It's all the way up. So I don't know why they do this, but I guarantee you the next video we play is going to be loud as hell. So
it will be eventually a problem for the Democratic Party. They've had a number of people, whether it was Cori Bush, Jamal Bowman, so they've had younger people in the party. But I think on both sides, both Republican and Democrat, it is time for people to actually move on. And at a time where Congress is closed, even though they're still getting paid, the government is shut down, the people who are responsible for closing our government down at this point, I think it's time for all of them to go.
Well, it's nice to be part of this discussion among three young people here. Bakari Sellers, Malik Abdul, I appreciate it very much.
And yeah, what did you say? Disrupt. He's glad to see younger people, but won't support Mamdani. What are we doing here? Get out of here. Once again, I don't know if he just really believes that, or he's just really sticking to the status quo type of talking points. But I mean,
let's see how you do under pressure. I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra. Fuck with me, you know that.